I am Antonia. I studied in Bonn political science, and I actually just studied in order to have a degree. And when I was ready with 26, when I had my master, then I did my first film independently with Tanya, who at that time was my partner and is still working with me as an author and director. We did the first film, which was about moon bears in China. And from then on, we founded the company, and we've been doing documentaries a lot in the field of nature, environment, animal protection, social, political problems, a lot of investigative work, factual documentary in general. But it broadened because then I moved to Berlin and I met a lot of people that inspired me. So I went more and more also into cultural things, you know. So we've been doing a lot for art lately, and, you know, things that just interest me and that inspire me about special people, about, you know, special opinions, history. So it's now mainly a production company that, you know, produces content, good content that I like, not only nature, but this is my personal emphasis when I direct, which I usually don't do anymore, but I do it sometimes. But the rest is a normal production company, as you would know, you know, where people come up to me and ask me for topics and, you know. Then this lady called up and she said, hey, we have these moon bears in China and could you maybe do something? And I talked to her, and I was in internship at that time or something, intern or whatever. And I talked to her and I liked the topic and I pitched it to the commissioner and he said, you know what, Antonia, you're gonna do it. And I said, I will. And then that was easy enough, you know. I was into animal protection or conservation issues anyway, anyhow. That's my, I want to say passion. That's a passion. That's what I love. That's what I want to protect. And if your heart is in it, then you're fearless. And if you're fearless, that's how it all goes. And to be honest, I didn't think about shit. I just did it. I wanted to show content. I wanted to show people what's happening. This is how it all started. It was never about doing film. It was about using film as a medium. To be fearless, I think, and to work and to do things you really love doing passionately. I totally believe that this is a way to do it. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of work you're doing, but if you have passion for it, if you love it, and you really have something you want to fight for, I think jump in the water and do it. You know, don't think too much. I never went to film school. I never wanted to go to film school, you know. I just studied because people told me study, and I studied. But, you know, so that's what I would, you know, talk to somebody who's young. I actually have a young intern now, not an intern, I say volunteer, somebody that's with me for 2 years. And I always say, you just fucking take the camera, go out and shoot. Don't, you know, don't talk about, just do it. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? And he's like, yeah, I want to do transgender. I say, yeah, go out, find a transgender. And actually yesterday he shot the first time. Awesome. It was amazing, you know. I just gave him a camera, I said, go.
Awesome. Like
yeah.
Learning by doing, basically.
Totally, learning by doing. And you know, and in the end, of course, it always matters what, I mean, there are, of course, documentaries where you need to, you know, focus more on, you know, other parts of the genre. You know, you need to focus more on how it looks, you know, and things like that. But in my case, for me, I'm, you know, coming from content. So for me, it was never a question. You know, now more and more, because I work with directors who really are into, you know, ways of, you know, showing things, which I love, you know, inspires me. I have so many people come into me, talking to me, pitching ideas. And I have to really say that if you come in my office, you know, in the first 3 minutes, you know, if you talk and you say, yeah, I have 3 good, I'm not even listening anymore, because I think, no, you have one topic. You don't have, you know, you're not doing news. You need to be passionate. I have to say it again and again, because in the end, if you don't have content, it's the same for internet, TV, it doesn't matter. If you don't have the content, I don't care. From what I've seen so far, I think it's important to be, passionate about one thing and then, pursue it and don't give up. And I think if your heart is in it, you have the most chances if your heart is in it. If it's not, I don't know. At least in my field, I cannot talk about fiction or, I want to talk about documentaries, but that's what I would say. I mean, I talked to a director yesterday. He's doing fiction. He did Oh Boy, and we were talking, and it's in the end it's the same. He also said, all the films my heart was really in, these were the films that succeeded. The rest, So I think it's the same in the end. Yeah, it was really hard, I have to say. And I think also because I was very young, I was 26 when we went to China, 27, 28, when we went to Russia. I mean, we've been all over Amazon, everywhere. And I've seen some horrible things, And I think also that's the reason why I decided to go more into production, because I think I was a little traumatized, because what I've seen in China, especially with dogs and cats and humans as well, it was not nice, So I think, it was really hard. And I remember in the edit, for example, my cutter, we had to switch cutters because they couldn't. Yeah, we had to switch editors because they couldn't take it. I remember that. So for this dog and cat food topic that we did, and because he couldn't take it, he was crying and. It's really nasty. It was really nasty. But at the same time, it's always nice to do something and to have the feeling that, you're lucky enough to show it to the world, and they can see it. So that's a little nice. That's, good in the end. But yeah, it was.
It certainly raises awareness.
Hopefully.
You're a mother.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Very good. Very good. I know, really. I have a father too. Lucy was separated, but he's doing a very good job. I'm very lucky.
So you're basically a single mom working full time, but you share
the child in a way. Yeah, I would say, be fair. You don't need to have a great relationship, but be fair to each other, respectful. And then have the child in focus, and then it can work out. Either. And if you're friends, that's even better, but if you're not, that's fine too. But just, find a way for the child. And I'm lucky enough that he's interested and he loves her dearly. So I can do my jobs, I can work, I can travel, and he can do that too if he needs to, To be able to do what you love and what you feel the need to do, and to have the freedom to do it, of course, and to, at the same time, be able to live from it. To achieve some things, in life, in work, and still do what was right in my eyes, to be honest and to have morals in a way, my morals, and to live with them and still be able to be successful. And then also, of course, I have to say my daughter, of course. Biggest trophy in life always, and that's that, I would say.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.